A child's love for reading and learning begins with seeds, and books act as the water that will let them grow with thoughts, ideas, and creativity. And that is why our next guest opened a children's bookstore. Here to talk about St. Pete's Story Garden is owner Megan Kotsko. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
This is such needed, right?
Yes.
A bookstore that really focuses on the younger child. So tell me a little bit more about your bookstore.
Sure. The Story Garden is a children's bookstore for children from the moment they are born all the way through ages 12 through middle school. And it's really proven to be a place when children walk through the doors, they automatically know that it is a place for them. They're surrounded by books that they connect with, that they see themselves in, see their interest in. And so they gravitate right to the books and find a spot to sit down and read.
Yeah, so tell me about the inspiration. Why did you want to open this bookstore? I know you're a teacher,
yes.
So I'm sure that played into it,
Definitely,
right? Yeah.
Definitely. So I was a kindergarten and first grade teacher for almost 20 years, and then I stayed home with my own children. I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old, and I was thinking of what I was going to do next, and what I truly missed about teaching was reading to children and seeing that love for reading began at such an early age. And just seeing how books are magical, and they take kids on these incredible journeys, and that time of day in the classroom where they would just light up and they would be completely attentive to the story that we were reading. So I missed that, and I kind of was thinking, you know, what else could I do next? And this little shop near our house went up for sale, and we were able to purchase it with some partners. It's a 1920s building that was in dire straits. It really needed to be renovated. So we were able to do that and take that dream that was in the back of my mind and make it a reality and turn it into a children's bookstore. Yeah,
and so I was looking at pictures. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
How important is it for kids to kind of feel comfortable with where they're reading? That's part of it, right?
I think that's huge. We went with some calming colors and kind of muted colors in a way, and really wanted the books to speak to the children. So the books are really what you see when you come in. I tried to have as many things face out and presented right to the children. Everything is on their eye level. There's definitely like taller shelves, of course, but I really wanted things to be face out so they could see the books immediately upon entering and go right to the ones that they found an interest in.
You know, that's a good point. I'm thinking even, you know, in kids' bedrooms, maybe instead of stacking them so that the spines out, kind of put them face forward, they're more inviting.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good tip. So what other tips do you have for maybe the reluctant reader out there?
So for reluctant readers, I like to tell myself, because I have one at home, and other parents, just to follow their interests, really see what it is that they like and find those books, whether you like them or not.
Okay, right.
Necessarily. You know, obviously you need to make sure that the content you feel is appropriate in your home. However, if they're interested, I brought Dog Man because my son was dying to read that, and I was like, you know what, let's go all in. And he absolutely loved it. He could really see so many visuals in, I think, sometimes graphic novels are not, parents aren't sure how to take those. It's not the kind of reading that we grew up reading. It's not your typical novel. But there are so many benefits to graphic novels and the visual literacy that's so important right now with how they take in media.
Oh, interesting.
So just going with what they find interesting and allowing them to read the books that maybe you're not excited about, but they're excited about, and then that, I think, is the bridge to them becoming readers. And
perfect. Well, okay, so you brought some books for us today. You mentioned Dog Man. I know, very popular.
Definitely.
Okay, so what other books do you have on the table? I see some Halloween books here. We're already in spooky season.
We are. So we have some Halloween books already out at the store, and I brought this one particular because children should be reading from the day they're born. So these are high contrast black and white books that we carry. This is a Halloween one.
Can I open it?
Sure.
Let's see if we can. So high contrast black and white.
High contrast are in black and white. The first 3 months that when we, are infants, we see in that high contrast best, and then we develop the colors. I think red is the first color that babies begin to see and distinguish between. So, so you can prop those up for tummy time and have those available. When my kids turn 2 and that language explosion happens, we went back to those books because they could name very simply the words, the pictures that they saw and the vocabulary that they had. So, so that was why I bought that one.
And I never knew that. So okay, learn something new every day. And so what other books do you have here?
Just picture books. I brought The Wild Robot and The Day That You Begin. The Wild Robot was a huge hit in the movie theaters, and then the picture book version actually came out. So it's a three series novel. And then the picture book came out, and I brought the picture books just to remind everyone that even though our kids become independent readers, they still want to be read to. They still enjoy being read to. And a lot of picture books are written at a 6th to 8th grade reading level. So you're exposing them to incredible vocabulary when you're sitting down and reading them those picture books.
Yeah.
So just reminders that even though they become reader themselves, it's still really important to read to them.
Yeah, and so do you have any events that you do there at the bookshop, or
We do.
any? Yeah.
Yeah, so every week we have a couple of routine events. So every Wednesday and Saturday morning at 10:15 we hold story time. It's typically geared to the 5 and under readers. And then on Thursday mornings we host Babies in the Bookstore, and that's an
I
event.
want to go to that.
It's really sweet. I just tend to sit back and smile for an hour and just watch adorable babies. But I wanted to create a community space. Bookstores tend to be that third space in the community, and I wanted to have a space for new families to come and connect, and kind of even just to have an excuse to get out of the house with their little
That's
one.
great. And the air conditioned. So where can we find more information or the location of the bookstore?
Sure, we're located over by St. Anthony's Hospital. It's 832 14th Street North. We're tucked into the historic Uptown neighborhood. And you can find out more information about our events at stpetesstorygarden.com.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.